Good morning students, welcome to the online classes of Reading Memorial Senior Secondary School. Today I am going to start the second section for our unit number 7 for class 7. The name of the section is The Blessing and it's a story about a garden actually. Let's go through the chapter and we'll summarize the chapter for you. It's the story of two kingdoms named Janakipatna and Sirpur, situated on either side of a mountain in the western part of Utkal. Okay. For years people of the two kingdoms who traced their origin to the same tribe. Basically, the two kingdoms who originated from the same tribe had lived together. They lived peacefully. Okay. However, when Prince Narayan became the king of Janakipatna and Prince Hari took the reins of Sirpur, they both started becoming enemy for each other. The bone of contention was the fruit garden between those two kingdoms. Okay. The name of the fruit garden was Batika, and it was really special. In the garden grew fruits of every kind all the year around. Okay. Tasty mangoes, mouth-watering lychees, delicious apples, watermelons, pears, peaches, grapes, guavas, any fruit you would like, you could find out there. Okay. Another peculiarity of the region was that not a single fruit of any variety would grow into any two kingdoms. Okay. Even though they had trees, shrubs and herbs that bore flowers, plants which yielded vegetables, but as far as the fruits were concerned, they had only one home and that was the beautiful garden of Batika. In the beginning, the residents of both kingdoms took care of the garden, working shoulder to shoulder. Okay. Later, Batika created division between the kingdoms. Both Narayan and Hari felt that their respective ancestors were the main reason for Batika being so fruitful. In the era of Narayan and Hari, the two kingdoms stopped being friendly, and over the years, it gradually turned to hostility by the time their grandsons Amrit and Gobind ascended the throne. The two kingdoms were sworn enemies. Now, Hari and Narayan, they both became enemies, and by the time their grandson became the king, they were the sworn enemies. On both sides of the common border, troops patrolled day and night. Batika, which was on neutral ground, became a forbidden territory for the two residents, okay, of Janakipatna and Sirpur. Soldiers of two kingdoms guarded it, and neither side allowed the other side to enter the garden. Gradually, the stock of fruits in the two kingdoms was over. With no one to maintain it, Batika too started deteriorating, that is, started diminishing. The trees started growing helter-skelter and died. With no one to pluck them, many fruits decayed on the trees itself. One day, an old sage came to visit Janakipatna and Sirpur. His name was Giriraj. He, Narayan and Hari had been taught by the same teacher. While the two princes had come back and taken on their royal duties, Giriraj had followed a spiritual path and became a well-known Gurudev. He was coming to this region after a long time. He came to know about the fight of the two kingdoms and also the sad state of Batika, the fruit garden. One day he asked Amrit and Govind to meet in Batika. There, under the shade of huge mango tree, he spoke to the two kings. Amrit and Govind, I have known your families for 3 generations now. I knew you when you were the best friends, and I know you now when you are the worst enemies. I know you from your childhood days. Okay. It really saddens to see that you two are fighting. Do you realize what misery your attitude is causing to the people? How it is bad for the people, basically. Misery, I don't understand this. Everybody is happy over there. Okay? And they are very grateful because my brave troops are protecting Batika. Hearing this, Govind jumped up and pulled out his sword. Sit down, both of you. Now they were going to start the quarrel again. They were going to start the fight. But Gurudev shouted, sit down. Now he was angry. Amrit and Govind took their places, glaring at each other, looking at each other in an angry manner. Now, listen to me carefully. Your people are neither proud nor grateful. If anything, they are sick or tired of this fighting. They are not happy. Gurudev, it is difficult to believe this. All along I thought if I make an attempt at peace, my people would think that I'm a coward. So that is why I didn't think of keeping peace. They would accuse me of hurting their pride and self-respect, said Govind. Gurudev, I hate to agree with him, but I too had the same feeling, said Amrit, that we thought that the people would think that we are cowards. Both of you are wrong. For the last 6 months, I have gone around meeting the people of your Janki Patna and Sipur, okay, your kingdoms. They are fed up with this long and fruitless war. Almost every household had lost a life or has a member who has lost a limb. Means everybody is affected by this fight. In every home you have an orphan crying for his father, a widow crying for her, grieving for her husband, and a parent pining for a lost son, just because of this fight. Moreover, I do not know whether you are aware that there is a lot of poverty in two kingdoms. Most of your wealth is spent in war actually. If this money is used for peace, your kingdom will be far more prosperous and your people will be a lot more happy. Gurudev paused and looked at the two kings. They were listening with their heads bowed. I think more than the self-respect of people, it is your individual egos that are responsible for this state of affairs. Once again, Gurudev paused and after observing the two kings for some time resumed, the other day I was sitting in the house of one of my devotees in Sipur. The young man was telling his 4-year-old son a story. While telling a tale, he happened to mention the word mango. Now because the child had not ever saw a mango, hadn't ever eaten that mango, child said, "What is a fruit?" Actually, he never had a fruit. The little one asked. The father turned towards Gurudev and with tears in his eyes said, "Gurudev, when I was his age, my father used to give me fruits of every variety. But what an unfortunate father I am that let alone give my son delicious fruits to eat, I have to explain him what is a fruit actually." Gurudev stopped and getting up slowly, he started walking away. That evening, Gurudev was sitting in meditation at the same spot. When he opened his eyes, he found Amrit and Govind standing before him. They touched his feet, Gurudev's feet. "Gurudev, you have taught us a valuable lesson. You were right. Even our own families are tired of war," Amrit said. "Yes, Gurudev, and we have no right to bring about destruction. We have decided we will live in peace now. Once there is peace, there will be no need for an army. The soldiers of both the kingdoms will look after Batika. They will nurture it, help it expand, distribute its fruits to the people of both the kingdoms. However, we will not call it Batika anymore," Amrit said. "What will you call it then?" "We will call it Shanti, and it will be regarded as a blessing." Now Govind told that we will call it Shanti. A blessing from our ancestors, and we are sure it will be a blessing for our future generations too, Amit said. Now, the story was from Ravindra Kumar. I hope you understood the story, you liked the video. Before leaving, like the video, share the video, subscribe to our channel. I promise to meet you in our next class. Till then, take care. Have a nice day.